Have you ever known that something needed to change but had no idea where to start? Whether it's a role in your job, your profession, or at home, if it no longer feels like you, then this video is for you. I'm going to share what to do about a misaligned role and how to explore what might be next. Hey there, I'm Irina. I'm a purpose coach and I love sharing why just be yourself is the best advice you've ever received. If you're figuring out your purpose or craving a higher vibe life, you found the right channel and might want to subscribe. Knowing that you're misaligned with what you do almost every day is a big deal. You have clarity, and that means something within you has woken up. For most of us, this conscious realization is the first step. In fact, since everything is energy, what we're going to do today is look to the energy centers in the body, which are called different names in different traditions, and actually see the flow or stages that things happen. Meaning, we can use it as a guide for where we are now and what stage is next. My training is largely in the ancient Indian system. It's where yoga and Ayurveda come from, so I'm going to focus on the chakra energy system. At the top of your head is the crown chakra. It represents the download, the realization. In this case, it might be that something is off. And since you're watching this video, you probably already know this and can give yourself a little check for passing through this stage. Once you've had that initial insight, the third eye chakra helps you work through that download, imagining what else could be true, tapping into your inner wisdom. Watching a video like this is part of that processing. So again, give yourself a little check for this stage. Insight alone is not enough though. At some point, we need to take action, which is where the throat chakra comes in. This one is tied to expression and truth. It's the chakra that helps us answer the what to do about misalignment, the question that we asked in the beginning. And that's because after receiving an insight and processing it, we give it a voice by sharing it. So the action here is to start to express your truth. You can journal on it. And if you do that, make sure you read it out loud. That engages more of your senses and emotions to help you integrate the message. Talk to friends, maybe even trusted colleagues. Putting it out there is part of the process. It's where you start owning your truth, even if that truth is that your current work is not it. Which brings us to the next part. What might be? Let's continue with the chakras as our guide. Next up, we have the heart chakra. That's connected to trust, passion, alignment. These are the elements that fuel your purpose, and it helps you figure out what might be next. Because purpose isn't something you just think your way into. It's something you feel your way into. And since so many of us are in our heads, myself included, it can really start as a whisper. So start to feel into it and notice what parts of your current role and day light you up, even just a little. In case it helps, at Google, it was simplifying, connecting dots, schmoozing. At home, it's organizing. In my personal time, it's learning. What is it for you? What parts of your work and day light you up? If you got an answer right away, great, put that in your pocket. If not, all good. Start to pay attention to the little glimmers in your day, the things that give you a little bit of spark, a little bit of pep in your step. They make you feel good, even if it's just for a moment. Next, what could you talk about or research for hours without getting bored? For me, it's always been natural health and spirituality. What is it for you though? What do you love talking or learning about? And what are you known for? What do people come to you for? For me at Google, it was always communications, written, spoken, relational, creating launch announcements, editing resumes for peers. I'd be asked to present a lot, whether it was about the company or the product. I'd also be tapped for advice on navigating sticky situations or to buddy up with new hires as they onboard. What are you known for and what do people come to you for? I offered those prompts because purpose is usually at the intersection of what you love, what you're good at, and how you can be of service. So let's also feel into that. What kind of impact do you want to make, even if you don't know how yet, even if you don't know if it can make you money? Again, using myself as an example, it's always been sharing ideas that inspire and elevate. What is it for you? Bringing that all together, you can think of your responses as the breadcrumbs to what might be next for you. And if you weren't sure about some of the questions, let it simmer and it will come through with time. If something did show up, what stood out the most? And are you brave enough to express it in the comments as part of the throat chakra stage? In this video, we talked about what might be next for us using the energetics of the chakra system as a guide. We first get the insight in the crown, we process it in the third eye, and we start taking action by expressing with our throat chakra. We then begin to explore what lights us up in our heart chakra. In the next video, I'll use the rest of the chakra system to share how to take aligned action and what shifts will start to happen when you do. If this video, I gotta sneeze. If this video gave you something to think about, do subscribe and share it with someone who's also figuring out what's next. With that, thank you for watching, and I can't wait to see you in the next one.